Hello guys, back again for another Pickups video. This time around I only went to two stores, my local Toys R Us and Mega Replay, which I always go for my retro game stops, it seems like, when I do that. It was only these two because yesterday while my wife and my son at night were playing Mario Kart 8, I said, you know what, I'm going to go out and look at Wii U games. And I went to a bunch of local retailers and stores, big chains, small chains, and some of their Wii U selections were lackluster, like Best Buy was lackluster. I walked into GameStop for the first time in a long time, looked at the Wii U games, and walked right back out of the store again. And other places. Anyway, the reason I went to Toys R Us, I saw a game that I wanted there. I'd already knew I wanted it the minute I knew it existed on the Wii U. And that was Pheebs and Ferb's Quest for Cool Stuff. Now the reason I want this game is Pheebs and Ferb's had a game on the Wii which also came out on the DS called Pheebs and Ferb, I want to say the 5th or 9th dimension. I could have the number wrong, or if it was a number at all, it's whatever dimension. It was a lot like Contra. It was basically a shooting game in a sense. My wife and my son completely played through that game, completely loved it, and so when I saw this I said, we're going to get this game. It was only a $20 game. You know, obviously I paid full retail for it, so the funny story about this game was, we go to Toys R Us, right, to get this game. Tell the young kid there in the video game section I want the game, and so he goes to unlock the case, and he already knew going into it, I guess, that the case, the Nintendo Wii U case, doesn't want to unlock, and he couldn't get it unlocked. He did the whole, let's unlock the Wii one, scoot it over, and I could stick my arm all the way, which would have worked, except this game's all the way on the very right-hand side. It wasn't a big deal. It was just amusing to watch struggle with this, because if he had experience, like the guy he later called on the radio, he just looked at it, said, okay, this key don't work. Hey, I need somebody to bring me the other keys to the case. They tried the one till it worked, opened it, and got out the game. But they were, the reason that also went there, they were having a big sale on video games, and so while we were there, my wife picked up Disney's Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two, for $6. I know reviews have been kind of like mixed on this game, but for $6, what the heck, you know? Adds another Wii U game to the collection. But I did get a game for myself. It was $18. A game that I actually loved because I've seen videos, reviews on it. I love pirates, so I finally gonna dive into a newer Assassin's Creed game. I got Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, for the Wii U. $18 game, you know, not a bad price for it. It's funny because they had a table with this out on there. They also had like Call of Duty Ghost and Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and I went, I want to play this game, Pirates, so this is the game I got. So 3 new Wii U pickups for the Wii U. Still playing Mario Kart 8. I've only got 3 characters left unlocked in that game, and I've got everybody unlocked. Still unlocking customization stuff. I'm about ready to go online. I think I'm a couple of courses till the 100cc is done. Anyway, so there is one other game we got there. This was completely for the wife. I saw this DS game, and I immediately pointed out to her because she likes these kind of games. And it is Scotland Yard, a crime-solving strategy game, Hunt for Mr. X. Made by somebody called Mentor Interactive. Anyway, it's a crime-solving game. She likes those crime-solving strategy games, kind of like things. So she picked it up. It wasn't very much. It was only like $5. So another cool game to add to DS collection. So then we go over to my Mega Replay stop, and I had been there the night before looking around at Wii U games, and nothing that really caught me out of my eye right away. So we didn't get, that wasn't what we went there for. But first thing I go is, of course, I always go to the NES section, and I picked up a game that I absolutely loved, and I bought originally when the NES was out, and loved it a lot. Of course, Konami sport games are awesome back then, and I have Double Dribble, but believe it or not, I do not have Blades of Steel, but now I do. Awesome game. Absolutely love this hockey game on the NES. It's a great hockey game. If you've never played Double Dribble or Blades of Steel on the NES and you have that console, you really should. They're really awesome sport games. The next one is a Disney game I did not have by Capcom, though this is another game I rented and played back in the day, and that is none other than Mickey's Mousecapade. I can't believe I do not have this game, but after recently going through my whole game collection put up online on Dinky Data's site, which I'll put a link to that eventually. I don't have a link to it right now, but I'll eventually put a link up to that site. My next pick a video, I know what I don't have, and in this case I did not have this game. So normally when I go to my Mega Replay, they have a very small Dreamcast selection. And I mean small. It's usually like 2 or 3 games. And apparently it must have bought somebody's collection or something, because they had about 50 Dreamcast games there today. And there were a couple of games I could have got for the Dreamcast that actually cost a bit more than this, but this game is one of the, when you call it, to me, ultimate racing games that I have fond memories of in the arcade. From the music, the other game, Crazy Taxi, is another awesome game if you never played that in the arcade by Sega, with the off-screen music bumping and going for you. But in this case, it's simply a game I cannot believe I don't have, but now I do, and that is Daytona USA. An awesome arcade racer. If you've never played this game, it is awesome. So I'm really glad to have this on the Dreamcast. Arcade racers are always really fun to me, and this was one of those games that at the time was graphically amazing, but also music was awesome too. This is one of those games that music just like enhanced the gaming experience of this game, and really awesome to have this game. I was really excited to find this game there. So next up we got 2 PlayStation 1 games. The first one my son picked out, because at Toys R Us they had a Hot Wheel game for the Wii U for $20 that we didn't see till we were going to leave, so he wanted a Hot Wheel game. So when we went there, he immediately started looking for one, and he found this one because we do not have it, and that is Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. It's good he's buying a PlayStation 1 game. Anyway, Hot Wheel games have been on basically everything, you know, PlayStation 1 and after, so really cool to have another Hot Wheel game. They're always fun. Kind of like Micro Machine games, you're going to get fun out of them. They're just fun little racers. Now, going through my collection, realizing the anniversary for Need for Speed is, you know, coming up, and I realized that when I went through it, that I thought I had more Need for Speed games than I really do, and I really need to get a lot of them. So when I saw this one, I immediately picked it up, and that is Need for Speed V Rally. Of course, there was a V Rally 2, which they had there, but I'll get that at a later date, because I know this has been sitting there. They've both been sitting there forever, and I just kind of like, you know, at the time, like, oh, I already have this, I don't need it. And then I realized, wait a minute, I don't have this game. And that's the funny thing about your collection sometimes, right? You think you have a game in your collection because you either played it one time or you did own it, and then you find out, wait a minute, I thought I owned this game, but I don't. So anyway, now I own that in the collection. Now, the next 2 Wii games are completely by my son. He was really excited when he learned he could play these on the Wii U, because obviously that's the newest toy in the house, and he wants to, like any, you know, video game person, wants to spend as much time on the new toy as possible. While we're actually talking, he's actually currently playing this very game on that system from the movie that came out last year, soon to have the sequel out, Search and Rescue, this year, Planes. It's actually not a bad playable game for the Wii. Again, it is motion control, obviously, and you are playing the Wii, but this is kind of like Cars was, if you ever play that. It's very forgiving for kids. It's not a case of, oh my gosh, you're going to instantly die. It takes a lot for something to take you out. You can crash over and over again, and it would take a long time for your character to get taken out. So, kid-friendly game, and he's actually rocking this game rather quickly. Actually, he's having a lot of fun with it right now. So, Planes. And since we talked about that Hot Wheel kick just a second ago, he got another Hot Wheel game, Hot Wheels Track Attack for the Wii. Another Go Hot Wheels game. Again, this is, I love how they say it's compatible with the Wii wheel, like there's some kind of actual compatibility with it. But for the most part, there isn't. But anyway, again, another shooter. I'd be more fun for these games if there wasn't motion control involved, but you know, there is motion control, so they'll still be fun. It's just motion control isn't perfect on these type of games. And this wasn't $7.99. I think it was cheaper than that, but basically this is just a basically Wii U protector pack for the, obviously, the Wii Pad. And it comes with 2 more stylus, and so we're going to put the protector on it, and that's all this was for. But the last 2 cool things I got to show you. As you usually walk up front from the back where the NES games from Mega Replay, to the right hand side is where they keep the strategy guides, and then if you're facing forward, there's another small rack of them. Well, to the right hand side, the strategy guides don't change very often. a lot of times, you know. So sometimes they'll have one that I really want to get, you know, RPG based if I don't have it and I have the game or I'm going to get the game, I usually pick that up. But in this case, they did have one that I have the game for, and that is Alundra 2. Just got to take the Best Buy sticker off of it. But anyway, Alundra 2, not as good as Alundra 1. I have it for the PlayStation 1. Again, it's not as good as Alundra 1. It's actually a totally different type of RPG. The styles of them are different. You know, the way you control everything's different. But still glad to have the game and glad to have the strategy guide because probably going to need it. So there we go. But this strategy guide I actually picked up because my wife has played this one on the PlayStation 2, I believe. Yeah, it is on the PlayStation 2. It is Escape from Monkey Island. Of course, the tag's still there. It costs $3.99. She actually got stuck playing this game, but she loves this point-and-click adventure game from LucasArts, but she kind of got stuck, so now she has a strategy guide to actually finish the game. So, there you go. Those are all my pickups this time around. 11 games, couple strategy guides, stuff like that. But a lot of fun stuff to play. Obviously, more concentrating on the Wii U right now because that's the newest thing, but a lot of the games to add to the collection to play after I'm done with the Wii U for a little bit. But anyway, so guys, thanks for watching the pickup video, and I'll talk to you guys later.